Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman. Number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman. Number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward. Number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman. Number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman. Number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman. Number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward. Number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward. Number 16, Braden Harris. Forward. Number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman. Number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward. Number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward. Number 27, Grant Fugner. Forward. Number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie. Number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie. Number 31, Luke Scannapieco. Forward. Number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward. Number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward. Number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward. Number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward. Number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good afternoon, Blues fans. We are live here at Northtown Center in Amherst, New York for Game 3 of this showcase. Your St. Louis Blues will take on the Wolfpack today. Blues are 0-2 to start this showcase. They went down 5-3 to the Toronto Marlies yesterday afternoon, 6-3 to the Pittsburgh Penguins elite. Now they take on the number 16 in the country Wolfpack in Game 3. Blues have a good cheering section for this game. They've got the 2009 AAA Blues and the 2010 AAA Blues in attendance cheering them on. We are ready to get this game underway. Blues send out Giorgio, centering Zillman Boyer up front. Defensive unit to get the game underway is Malachi Smith and Brooks. And Luke Scanapieko is in goal for your Blues. Blues win that face-off. They bring it back into their own zone. They go D to D a few times, and then Malachi Smith sends it forward for Zilm. Bounces off of his stick. Wolfpack puts it back into the neutral zone. Malachi Smith goes right back in. Their clearing attempt is picked off by Zilm. He puts it in deep, goes all the way around for Boyer. Boyer puts it behind the net for Giorgio. Giorgio lets it go to the far wall. Smith pulls down, puts it behind the net for Giorgio. Giorgio, quick pass to the front, gets it to Zilm. Zilm gets a shot. That goes just wide. Wolfpack put it up the sideboards. They clear out to the neutral zone, and now we have a race to the puck between Smith and a forward. It's a tie. Puck bobbled, goes right back to the stick of the Wolfpack. His winger picks up the puck, puts it in deep. They're going to skate it. They try to reverse behind the Blues net. Big hit by Brooks breaks that up. Puck goes to Giorgio. Giorgio goes to Zilm. He gets bumped off it, and here comes Wolfpack right back to the neutral zone. Brandon Bauer fresh on the ice, hits his man off the puck. Liners Brooks grabs it. He reverses behind the net for Bauer. Bauer up the boards for Crowley. Crowley back to Bauer. He chips it around, goes around the player that's getting off the ice. And finally, they reverse it back to the neutral zone. Crowley battles for it. Wolfpack comes away with it. Bauer levels his man. Good clean hit right after he passed the puck, finished the play. And Blues now battle inside the neutral, or in the Wolfpack zone. Wolfpack comes away with it. Sauce pass goes just out of his reach. Peterson hits him in the corner. Wolfpack tries to go to the front. That's picked off by the Blues. Bauer gets it across to Rubis. Rubis brings it across the red line, now into the Wolfpack zone. Steps up, sauce pass far side, just over the stick of Crowley. Crowley sends it back to Harris, who's covering the point, and that puck is now tipped off of his stick, and here come the Wolfpack back through the neutral zone. They cross the red line, they put it in deep. Peterson gives chase. He takes a hit, gets the puck to Rubis. Rubis, he goes hard around the board. Schneider's going to have to go over and grab that one. It's knocked off the stick. Hugner grabs. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He sends it forward. He gets knocked down. Harris comes away and chases that puck. Hits his man, and the puck is thrown back into the blue zone. Rubis picks it up behind the net. He reverses, goes to Peterson. Peterson circles behind the net. He goes to Harris. Harris chips it forward. Fugner there. Harris now battled with two players. Fugner comes away with it. He crosses. He throws it down, and that is going to go all the way for icing. So Blues complete the line change. Komodowski and Miniman will join Fugner, centering Schneider and Harris up front. 14:33 left here in the first period. Tie game 0-0. Pretty evenly matched so far. I don't know if either team has a shot on goal just yet. And this defensive zone faceoff comes to the left of Scanapieko. It's won by the Wolfpack. Quick shot, pad, saves far wall. Schneider picks it up on the sideboards. He chips it forward for Harris. It bounces over his stick. Wolfpack reclaim it in their own zone. They go D to D. Schneider goes on the forecheck far side. They're going to go back the opposite way. Miniman's going to pinch. Guy goes to the outside. Harris on a good back check knocks off his, and here comes Fugner, Schneider, and Harris 3-on-1 in. Drop pass for Harris gets tipped by a Wolfpack player, and here they come now through the neutral zone with numbers. Puck's tipped off their stick. Komodowski has it. He goes up the sideboards. Harris tries to push it out. Wolfpack come away with it. They go far side. Fugner Fugner finishes his hit. Puck goes far side for Miniman. Miniman hits Blanchard, and then Wolfpack reclaimed in the neutral zone. They try to come right back. They're past to the point, out of the reach of their defenseman, comes to the neutral zone. They reverse up the sideboards. Miniman tries to chip it around, that's Blanchard tries to chip it around. That gets blocked by a shin pad, and Wolfpack put it back in deep. Komodowski grabs it, reverses behind the net to Miniman. Miniman off the boards to Wessel. Wessel hits a streaking Blanchard, and him and Wessel almost collide. Puck gets turned over, and here comes a Wolfpack long shot. Blocker save, comes out to the sideboards. Another shot, another blocker save, and Miniman's going to go to the box for a holding penalty here with 13:19 left in the first period. So Miniman, 2 minutes for holding. Blues send out Wessel and Spatansky up front to be the forward penalty killing unit. Defensive pair will be Smith and Brooks. Defensive zone faceoff comes to the right of Scanapieko. Faceoff is won by the Wolfpack. They send it back to the point. He's going to skate the line. Gets it to the middle of the ice. He goes top of the near side circle. Tries to pass it across. That's bobbled. Good block by Malachi Smith as he regained it. Wolfpack chip it forward. Wessel there for it. He chips it forward. Spatansky now fights for it. And Wolfpack come away with it. They go D to D in their own zone. He's going to circle behind his own net. Goes up the far side short boards. They're going to bring it through the neutral zone. They lead man the puck, and here come the Wolfpack 2-on-2 back into the blue zone. They send it back to the point. Top of the near side circle. He's going to skate towards center. He takes a shot, hits Malachi Smith's skate, comes out to the point. He goes to the far side circle. Puck is knocked off of his stick. Malachi Smith grabs it. He's going to send it all the way down. Goalie plays it instead of taking the icing. Blues get a full freshman unit out as Giorgio and Blanchard come out up front with Rubis and Peterson. Wolfpack bring it into the blue zone. They take it to the corner. They take it out to the point. He goes back to the top of the far circle. Behind the back pass, almost picked up by Rubis, and then he stick checks and takes the puck away. He's going to send it high off the glass. That goes all the way into the Wolfpack zone, not far enough for icing as they start a line change. Blanchard stays on the forecheck, keeps him honest behind the net. Give and go pass behind the net, picked up by the Wolfpack. Giorgio keeps him to the outside. They bring it into the blue zone. He goes to the corner. Giorgio goes down. Puck goes right to Wolfpack player. He had an open lane, takes a shot a mile high, comes all the way out to the far point, now down to the mid boards. Another shot, that goes high, and Giorgio's in a foot race for a puck. As him and Blanchard now have a 2-on-1 coming back in shorthanded to the outside, gets it to Blanchard. Blanchard can't get a stick on it as he had 2 Wolfpack players on him. Both Blues players go down, looks like blown edges, and here comes the Wolfpack back to the neutral zone with 5 seconds left in this power play. They reverse in their own zone. They concede the last 5 seconds. Miniman's off the ice, or out of the penalty box and onto the bench. Blues are in the process of a line change as well as ending that. That puck goes all the way down. They're going to call no icing. It went through their players' legs. Blues were nowhere near it, but Rubis is going to skate it out. They go far side trying to hit Boyer. They're going to say icing as one ref, the back ref, wasn't paying attention. Forward ref kept looking back, and finally he just blew the whistle.
Let's go!
So we have a new line combination. We have Fugner, Boyer, and Zilm up front with Komodowski and Miniman, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Wolfpack. They push it back towards their point. It's going to be out of his reach. It comes to the neutral zone. They go D to D right at the red line. They lead it to the Blues zone. That's blocked by the skate of Miniman. Fugner tries to put it around. It comes right back to Miniman. He goes far side for Komodowski. He leads it for Boyer. Boyer puts it right through the middle, hits a Wolfpack player's stick, goes all the way to the corner. Zilm first to puck, battles behind the net. Fugner helps him out and comes away with it. He reverses. He tries to put it in deep. Zilm gloves it and drops it down. And now he's able to get it out to the point. Komodowski throws it towards the net as he had a man on him. Fugner picks up the loose puck, gets it to Miniman. Miniman's entry is blocked, and Wolfpack pick up the puck, and good play by Boyer breaks up their play. Zilm picks up the loose puck. He brings it in. His shot towards the net blocked. He knocks it off a Wolfpack player's stick. They recover. Now they go D to D. It's Dots into the neutral zone. Lead man's the puck. It gets past him. Komodowski gloves it down and plays it. He sends it up the boards for Bowers. Bowers hits Bauer, and here's Bauer with a shot. That hits a shin pad, goes wide. Crowley comes in. He holds the puck there, puts it towards the net. Wolfpack come away with it, and they're going to come up the near boards here. They try chipping it around Smith. He gets a stick on it, and now he battles with Bowers as he and Bauer comes away with it, goes to Brooks. Brooks' shot hits a shin pad. Next shot hits another shin pad, and good play by Crowley, breaks it up. Step up by Malachi Smith, holds the zone, and now he battles a few Wolfpack players while Bauer battles in the corner. Wolfpack send it far side. Here comes Bauer. He hits his man. Bowers comes in. He knocks the puck out. Wolfpack send it out to the point for us. They give it to Brooks. Brooks gives it to Smith. His shot blockered out of play into the netting behind him. Good shift by the Blues there. A lot of pressure. They send out a fresh unit with that out-of-play puck. Fugner is centering Schneider and Harris up front with Peterson and Rubis on defense. Blues would like to continue that momentum in this shift and keep putting pucks towards the net. Fugner lines up to take it. It is picked off by the Wolfpack, but Harris lifts a stick. They go far side. Schneider collides and holds it there. Fugner comes in to help and picks it up. Gets knocked off his stick. Harris comes away with it now. He goes out to the point to Rubis. Rubis goes to Peterson. Peterson shot. That gets through and glove saved by the Wolfpack goaltender here with 8:45 left in the first period in this tied 0-0 game. So we'll do it again from the Wolfpack goalie's right. Fugner lines up to take this one again. It is tied up behind the net. They're going to throw it up the boards. Peterson holds, puts it back in. That comes around behind the net. Wolfpack grab it. They're going to go back up the boards again. They try Peterson one more time. He holds again. Now Harris helps, and Blues keep trying to push it forward. Fugner in, holds it on the sideboards, and Wolfpack come away with it. They chip it forward. Good stick by their forward player to knock that down. They send it far side. Schneider chips that up the boards. He keeps fighting. He gives it to Fugner. Fugner brings it across. He's got Harris and Rubis with him. They try to send it to the middle. Harris picks off the attempt. He holds it again, tries to get towards the net. Blanchard now on the ice, grabs puck, takes it behind the net. They wait for reinforcements as the Blues have two players changing, and Blanchard sends it towards the front. That hits a stick, bounce out to the neutral zone. Komodowski picks it up just inside the Blues' blue line, drops it for Miniman in the dot. Miniman makes a move around one. He's going to go for a skate. Brings it in and then dumps it as all the forwards were stopped. So Blues had to pick up momentum again. Wolfpack send it out of the zone. Wessel hits him off the puck. Komodowski picks it up, sends it over to Miniman far side. Miniman, he steps across the red line. He throws it in deep. Wessel gets in on the forecheck. He holds it there. It knocks off the skate and goes into the far corner. Spatansky on the forecheck on that side uses his skate to hold it on the boards. Wessel now puts his stick in there and tries to pull it. Blocks the pass with his skate, sends it far side for Miniman. Miniman to the top of the circle. He puts it down deep, no Blues there. Wolfpack throws it around, picked off by Wessel. Wessel, bottom of the circle, goes out to Komodowski. Komodowski sends it to Miniman. Miniman back to Komodowski. Long shot, that gets through. Blocker saved to the corner by the goalie. Wessel picks up the loose puck. Goes far side for Miniman. His shot on net, glove save. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 6:46 left here in the first period. Blues send out the Giorgio, Boyer, and Zilm line up front. Defensive unit is going to be Malachi Smith and Linus Brooks. Offensive zone faceoff to the Wolfpack goaltender's right is won by Giorgio. Back to Brooks, has it bounce over his stick. He has to rush just to hold it in the zone. Boyer tips it down to, who was that? To Zilm. Zilm got it out to Giorgio, and great save by the Wolfpack goalie on a one-timer by Giorgio. Now the Blues control on the sideboards. They go give and go passes. Giorgio takes it behind the net now. He reverses down in the corner for Zilm. Back to Giorgio in the slot. Shot, pad save, goes back to the corner. Zilm has it again. He tries to get to Giorgio, bounces on him, and here comes the Wolfpack into the neutral zone. 1-on-2 as Malachi Smith rushes to push him. They take a long shot. That's blockered aside by Scanapieko. Malachi Smith comes away with it, reverses behind the net for Brooks. Brooks holds up behind the net. He goes far side for Zilm. Zilm reverses on the sideboards. He chips it forward for nobody. Thanks, Danny. Go! Giorgio picks up the loose puck. He sends it over to Boyer. Boyer tips it in. Blues goes for a change. They're going to chip it up the sideboards. Crowley now on the forecheck. Blocks down the pass with his hip there, and then Wolfpack send it back into their own zone. Good forecheck by Bauer. Breaks up the next exit pass. And Crowley causes an errant pass that's picked off by a Blues defenseman. They go to Bauer. Bauer tries to go to Bowers. It's a bouncing puck. Bauer picks it back up, brings it in the zone. Peterson there. Oh, and the Blues didn't communicate well there as they both went for it, knocked it off each other's stick, went towards the slot, but nobody could get it. Good play by Bowers, breaks up the next exit attempt, and finally Wolfpack able to clear it. Peterson's going to have to pick it up in the Blues zone. He goes D to Rubis, far side. He's going to skate it through the neutral zone. He goes to Bowers. Bowers tries to tip it in. It's knocked back low. Peterson steps up, pushes it back towards the Wolfpack goal, and now they're going to control it behind their net. They send up the sideboards, picked off by Bowers. Bowers turns and had a man open, and it had it roll off of his stick. Peterson on the boards, battles for it. Bowers tries to put it in deep. He pushes it past. Here comes Bowers to the outside. Tries to get the puck. Schneider gets it. One-timer, not connected on. Goes to the corner. Fugner sends it out to Rubis. Rubis to Peterson. Back to Rubis. Shot. That gets through, and it is somewhere in the goalie's equipment and falls into his glove after the whistle. Blues finish the line change up front. Harris joins his center Fugner and fellow winger Schneider. Komodowski Miniman come out to play defense. Fugner lines up to take this offensive zone draw. It's to the left of the Wolfpack goaltender. Face-off went towards the net, picked off by Wolfpack. They try to put it out of the zone. They bounce it just out. They go far side to Schneider. He tips it in. He battles on the boards. Unable to hold, and that is offsides as Miniman couldn't get to the line fast enough as Wolfpack threw that puck out pretty quick. Offensive zone face-off will be to the right outside the Wolfpack bench. No change in personnel for either team. Face-off won by the Wolfpack. They send it deep into their zone. They chip it up and out to the neutral zone. Miniman comes away with it. He reverse passes over to Harris. Picked off by Wolfpack. Long shot. That's off the blocker. And now the puck is on the sideboards. Hit down by referee. Miniman fights in the corner with it. Fugner comes away with it. He goes around far side. That's going to get past the defenseman into the neutral zone. They go D to D, and now they're going to send it right back up the boards. Kicked off the skate. Nifty play by the player. And good shot. Big hit by the Blues. And Harris tips it forward for Schneider. Blues going to go on the power play as 51 retaliated after taking a hit on Komodowski and pulled him to the ice. So Blues go to their first power play of the game here late in the first period. 3:25 left on the clock. 0-0 score. Shots probably about even, maybe a little in favor of us. I don't know. They're not keeping track on the board. We'll have a offensive zone face-off to the right of the Wolfpack goaltender here. Blues go on the power play after that tripping penalty against the Wolfpack. Blues send out Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front with Brooks and Smith on defense. They would love to get one here late in the first and get some goals up on the board for this game. Face-off is one to the corner by Wolfpack. They go behind the net. It's going to go all the way around. Wessel beats his man to the puck, tries to push it forward, and Spatansky helps him out. They're going to hold it there. And Brooks steps in. He goes far side to Smith. Smith has a man on him, so he puts it in deep. No Blues there. Wolfpack get it. They go all the way around. That's going to go all the way out of the zone, and looks like it'll go all the way down for icing. Yeah. No change in personnel for the Blues. Spatansky lines up to take this one again from the goaltender's right. It is again won by Wolfpack. They go behind their net D to D, and then they're going to send it all the way down again, this time not far enough for icing, as Brooks will collect that puck, skate in front of Stutzer, and then puck is blocked, pushed to the corner, and now one Wolfpack player is going to battle the whole Blues team and hold it there and burn some of this penalty kill time. Spatansky pushes it behind the net for Smith. Smith's going to skate it over the far circle, sends it forward for Wessel off of his skate. That one's reclaimed, and Wolfpack throw it right back out. Brooks picks it up at the dot in the blue zone. He's going to go for a skate through the neutral zone, and he brings it into the blue zone and into the corner. He goes all the way behind. Peterson has to pick that up in the sideboards. He gives it to Spatansky. Spatansky down low for Blanchard. Blanchard goes behind the net. He hits Wessel on the sideboards. Wessel drops it for Peterson, who's coming in. Oh, boy, one-timer from Spatansky. Rebound by Spatansky, also high. So first one-timer was saved by the goalie on a really good save as Wessel got it to Spatansky right in front. Rebound sitting there. Spatansky hit the puck was bouncing, and it goes just high off the glass behind. And then they ice the puck. Giorgio, Boyer, Zilm come out up front. Rubis and Peterson still play on defense. Zilm gets that face-off win. He sends it out to Rubis. Rubis sauce passes over to Peterson. Peterson goes down low. His pass to Zilm picked up, but gets it back, sends it to Peterson. Peterson back to Rubis, back to Peterson. Shot! That's blocked off the stick of a Wolfpack player, and that will stay in the zone as we'll have another offensive zone face-off, this time coming from the right of the Wolfpack goalie. No change in personnel for the Blues. Couple new units or players for this penalty kill unit for the Wolfpack. 7 seconds left on the Blues power play. They win the faceoff. They get it back to Peterson. Peterson reverses on the sideboards. Reverses again. Goes down low for Spatansky. He goes behind the net for George, or that was Zilm. Giorgio forwards it to Boyer. Boyer reverses on the sideboards. He's going to take it back into the corner. He reverses again. He's got 3 Wolfpack players there. Now 2 Blues come to help him. Zilm battles, pushes it back into the scrum. Giorgio comes away with it. He tries to go to the point. That gets kicked right back in there. And puck is still moving a little bit there. Boyer's going to try to stick his stick in there and grab it. And refs have had enough. They're going to blow the whistle. 56.2 seconds left here in the first period. Tie game 0-0, 5-on-5 hockey. Offensive zone face-off for your Blues will be to the left of the Wolfpack. Face-off is won by Wolfpack. They take it behind their own net. They're going to come near side on the boards. He makes a move, has a bobble. He chips it forward. Boyer hits his man. Puck bounces free, and here comes Wolfpack in. 3-on-2 into the blue zone. Shot, shoulder save, loose puck in front. And another great save by Scanapieko as puck bounced right in front. There was nobody home, and he took another shot, and it stuck right into the pads of Scanapieko. So good heads-up goal or save by him to keep this a tie game late in the first. Blues send out Crowley, Bowers up front. Keep Miniman, Komodowski on defense. Face-off one to the corner. Blues can't get to it. Wolfpack get a couple shots. Saves by Scanapieko. They get it back behind the net, send it out to the point. Nobody there. Blues now get out to defend the points. They send it to the front, hits the side post. Another shot. That bounces in front. And finally, Komodowski grabs it. He's going to throw it all the way down, and that's going to be an icing. Blues send out a fresh forward unit. They send out Spatansky, Wessel, and Blanchard to finish off this first period. 14.9 seconds left. Face-off won by Spatansky to the corner, and Blues are going to hold it there as they're going to try to burn some of this time. And they're going to hold it in the corner again. Spatansky plays it, and Blues need to be careful as you can't intentionally bury a puck on the boards. Ref blew the whistle, and I would assume they're going to get a warning for that. In that scrum that ensued, 2 penalties called, one on Wolfpack, one on Komodowski. Blues send out face-off won by Wolfpack. They take a shot that's blocked by Wessel, and that's going to do it for the first period. We'll be back for the start of the second period here shortly. Don't forget, we do a Zamboni break about halfway through the second period. So we'll be back for the start of the second here shortly. And we are ready to get the second period underway. Blues send out the Crowley unit. So Crowley, Bowers up front. Defensively, we will have Malachi Smith and Linus Brooks. Wolfpack sends out 5 of their players. I don't know their names. So to you Wolfpack fans, sorry, I don't know their names. They do win the face-off. They put it into the blue zone behind the net. They reverse. Brooks sends it back to the corner for Bauer. Bauer sends it around for Crowley, around another defenseman. Crowley goes far side to Brooks. He's going to bring it through the neutral zone, crosses the red line. He puts it in deep. Blues go in on the heavy forecheck. Goalie plays it, hits off the board. Smith pinches and holds it. It pops back out to the point, and a great hold by Crowley covering the line as finally the Wolfpack are able to push it into the neutral zone. Smith, Crowley battle for it with 3 Wolfpack players. Crowley takes a little slash in the back of the leg there. I think he was going for the puck. And Blues able to push it forward. Bauer bowls through a man, meets another man in the corner, and I think the Wolfpack are going to take a penalty here. Or maybe the Blues. I don't know. It's going to be another blue. Malachi Smith goes to the box, 2 minutes for holding. And Blues will go back to the penalty kill here early in the second. So Blues now with 2 defensemen in the box. Komodowski is serving his coincidental penalty from the end of the first period. Malachi Smith now goes for 2 minutes at the 16:09 mark here in the second period. Blues are going to send out Spatansky and Wessel up front for this penalty kill. Peterson and Rubis will be on defense. Spatansky lines up, take the draw. He wins it to the corner. Rubis grabs it. He goes high off the glass. Wessel tries to win that foot race. Wolfpack come away with it. They go down behind the Blues line, get a shot out to the side or pass to the side of the net. Shot hits the outside of the cage. Wolfpack control behind the Blues net. Rubis keeps them all the way out to the outside. They're going to send it to the point. Wessel comes out. He pushes them back to the sideboards. They send it out to the point. Far side, pass deflected off the stick of Spatansky. They reclaim it. They grab it, send it. Puck deflects just wide of the Blues net. It changed total direction. Next shot hits the stick of I think that was Rubis, goes a mile high and then high stick down by Peterson. And he's just going to go ahead and touch it because it's not going to make much of a difference since we're already in the zone. Could give us an opportunity to get possession here. We'll see how it goes. Boyer and Blanchard come out up front to penalty kill. Rubis and Peterson will stay on the ice. Boyer's going to take this draw. He tied him up, and then I think that was Peterson stepped forward and tried to flip it out, and it went all the way down. 1:16 left in the Blues penalty kill. No change in personnel. Boyer lines up to take this draw. It is again won by the Blues. This time the chip goes all the way out. It's not going to go far enough for icing, so Wolfpack have to pick it up. They take it behind their own net. Blanchard goes in on the forecheck. Boyer backs out. They go far side. It's out of the reach of everybody. Good step up by Boyer, blocks the pass, and pushes them back. They take it back deeper into their own zone. They regroup. They go D to D. Now they reverse back to the defenseman low. Sauce pass far side. He sends up the boards. Bounce off his stick. Rubis grabs it. He goes high off. That's going to go all the way down on net. And Blanchard will now get in on the forecheck as they really can't get through the neutral zone here against the Blues on this penalty power play. They lead man it. They bring it through the neutral zone to the outside. Good back check by Blanchard, breaks up. They take a shot from the side, hits the shoulder. Rubis grabs it again. He sends it all the way out, and that one's on net as well. I wonder if Rubis practices that. Goaltender makes the pass all the way up to the Blues blue line. They bring it back in, take it to the outside with the pass. Now they go behind the net to the outside sideboards. They would drop it for the defenseman who's coming in. Pass picked off by Harry. He flips it out, and he goes on the forecheck. They go far side, nobody there. Harry picks it up. He brings it in. He collides with two players, maintains control at first, and they take it away. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He tries to get it back to Harris. It's picked off, goes to the corner. Harris sticks down the exit attempt. Wolfpack come away with it. Their pass goes far side. Miniman keeps him to the outside. Long shot. That goes off the post. Harris picks up the loose puck. He tips it forward. He gives it to Fugner. Blues have 3-on-2 coming back in. Shot by Fugner. Blocker save. Goes right back into the corner. Harris picks it up. He circles in the corner. He sends it out to Brooks. Brooks skates line. Long shot. Loose puck in front. Fugner grabs a rebound. His shot goes just wide. Schneider helps him in the corner. And puck is held there. Wolfpack player drops his stick. And puck comes out to Miniman. Miniman walks the line. He takes a shot. Gets through. Wow, what a save right at the last second. And then Wolfpack throw it into the netting. Out of play. So good pressure on that shift by the Blues. Go, Blue! All of the players in the penalty box are released from the sin bin, and they're back to their respective teams. Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer up front. Smith and Komodowski, the defensive pair here. Giorgio lines up to take this offensive zone drop. It's going to be to the left of the Wolfpack goaltender. It is won by Giorgio out to Komodowski. He gives it to Smith. Smith steps up, gets room, shot tipped on, saved by the Wolfpack goalie, and they're going to clear it all the way down in what will be an icing. And Blues got lucky because that puck got up on its side and started rolling, so I don't think that would have made it if it stayed flat. 12:59 left here in the second period. About 4 to 5 more minutes of game time until we have the Zamboni scrape. Blues and Wolfpack tied at 0-0. Giorgio lines up to take this draw. It is pushed into the corner. Wolfpack win that one. They're going to flip it high out of the zone. Malachi Smith gloves it, drops it. Wolfpack pick it up and heads up. They make a seam pass through. The open shot hits off the stick of Komodowski, goes over hits the glass, comes up to the sideboard. Zilm had it knocked off of his stick. And good play by Malachi Smith, breaks it up. It goes behind the net from Komodowski. Komodowski's pass to Zilm is picked off. They go around him, bring it back in. Giorgio picks up the loose puck. He goes to Malachi Smith. Malachi Smith right up the middle hits Boyer. Boyer tips it, but on the wrong side of the red line, and that will be icing against the Blues. Blues send out Rubis and Peterson on defense. Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers will be the forward unit. Crowley lines up to take this draw. It is bobbled right in the dot, picked up by the Blues. Rubis gloves it down as it was bouncing. He grabs it. He goes to Bowers. Bowers pushes it forward, gets it into the zone, gets to the outside. He tries to hit Bauer in front, does so, and the puck does not go in somehow. And now puck comes right out to Rubis. Rubis shot, that gets through, blocker save. Crowley grabs the rebound, he takes a shot. Stick save goes to the corner. Bowers grabs it, sends it out to Rubis again. Rubis goes over to Peterson. Peterson has a bounce on him. Wolfpack are able to clear the zone. Rubis picks it up. He goes to Bauer. Bauer sends it forward into the zone, glove down by Wolfpack. They're going to send it back to the neutral zone. Bowers gives it to Rubis. Rubis goes to Peterson, far side. Peterson puts it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck now. Wolfpack come away with it. They tip it out. Good hold on an errant pass. Gives it to Bowers. Oh, and it's just out of his reach as he can't get it. Otherwise, he had a semi-break to the net. Wolfpack grab it. Again, try to clear. Rubis holds again. He's got room. Walks, skates. Blocker save. Goes to far corner. Peterson pinches far side. Holds it in. He's going to hold it in the corner as the Blues start to make a change here. Wessel covering the point. Gets it from Blanchard. Blanchard to Rubis. Rubis, shot, that gets through, loose puck in front. Blanchard pushes it back towards net. Another save by the Wolfpack goalie. Great pinch by Peterson, far side, holds the clearing attempt in, and now Wessel battles in the corner. They go far side. Rubis is going to pinch again. He sends it right back to the net. Goalie tips it over Wessel's head into the far corner. Their clearing attempt again is stopped by Peterson. He sends it back in deep. Rubis sends it back in deep again, and now Wessel's going to be first man of the puck in the corner. He skates it behind. He's got room. He goes over to Rubis. Rubis steps, makes a move. Another move, shot, that gets through. Hits a skate, and Wolfpack goalie puts his glove down on top of it. 10:30 left here in the second period. Still a tie game. Blues send out Miniman and Brooks on defense. Forward unit will continue to be Stefanski, Wessel, Blanchard. Offensive zone face-off comes to the left of the Wolfpack goaltender. Face-off, one back to Miniman. Miniman shoots, hits Wessel. Wessel tries to pass it forward to, or that was Spatansky, tried to pass it forward to Wessel. Comes back out to the point, goes far side to Wessel. Wessel out to Brooks. Brooks, long shot, chest protector saves, drops into the glove and held on to. Blues send out a fresh forward unit. Schneider and Harris will be centered by Fugner, Miniman and Brooks stay on defense. Blues line up two forwards in the slot. Fugner lines up to take it. Tied up. Fugner gets his own tie up. Now Schneider helps him with it. And Blues able to hold, push back in. Harris gloves it down as it was in the air. He takes it to the corner. He gets hit. He needs help. Fugner goes in to help him out. And they missed the initial call that upset the Blues, but got the hold after that on number 7. So he goes to the box for holding Harris. Blues go on a power play here with 9:56 left in the second period. Oh, 9s and 10s chanting, "You can't do that." Boys get a chuckle out of that. Fugner lines up to take the draw. Blues have a 2-minute power play, and we'll be getting close to the second period break here shortly. Schneider sends it back to Brooks. Brooks goes to Miniman. Miniman to Harris. Harris on the sideboards. Goes down low for Fugner. Fugner skates the circle, sends it out to Miniman. Miniman goes to Brooks. Brooks back to Miniman. Down low to Harris. Harris shots. That goes high, and it's going to go all the way around off the glass. Brooks is going to have to retrieve it in the Blues zone. He settles the puck, or tries to. It's still rolling. He gives it to Miniman. Miniman skates it behind the Blues net. Now that it's stopped, he sends it up the sideboards to Harris near side. He's going to skate it with speed. Gets around the last man, goes towards the front. Shot. Shoulder save by the goalie there. Fugner gets on the side of the net. They're fighting for it there. Harris comes away with the loose puck. He sends it back. He sends it. Oh, his pass to the point picked off, and here comes the Wolfpack back through the neutral zone, and they're going to burn some valuable penalty kill time. And their shot towards the front hits something, goes on net, and that's going to do it for that. So Blues with a good amount of offensive zone time there. Couldn't get a shot off. Pass to the point intercepted, comes all the way down. Awkward shot saved by Scanapieko, but defensive zone faceoff on this power play is won by Giorgio, who is joined by his wingers, Zillman Boyer. They reverse it behind the net. Komodowski and Malachi Smith on defense. Smith sends it to Komodowski. Komodowski skates it towards the red line. He crosses. He loses the puck. Blues now have to pass it in the neutral zone for a bit. Smith sends it back to Komodowski. It rolls on him. They send it behind the net. And Malachi Smith now is going to skate it through the neutral zone. He lead mans to Giorgio. Giorgio brings it into the Wolfpack zone. He skates past through a hit. Wolfpack take it as he blows an edge. And good hold by Komodowski. Holds it there. Giorgio picks up loose puck in the corner. He skates it behind the net. He sends it out to the point to Smith. Smith's shot, that gets through. And a pad save held on to by Wolfpack goalie. And that is going to do it for the first half of the second period. We'll be back for the end of the second period and the third period here in about 15 minutes. We'll see you then. Yeah. And we are ready to get the second period resumed. Blues send out Giorgio, Boyer, and Zilm up front. Smith and Komodowski, the defensive pair. 5 seconds left in the Blues power play. 8 minutes left in the second period. Blues win it. It goes all the way around the boards. Komodowski puts it back into the near side corner. They clear it off the glass. Good step by Smith. Holds it in. He skates it low. Drops it for Boyer. Boyer reverses behind. Sends it to Zilm behind the net now. He sidesteps a hit. Boyer comes in to help him. Pushes it to Zilm. Zilm sends it out to the point. Smith gets it from Komodowski. Komodowski sends it down low. Loose puck. Boyer gets a shot. Saved by the Wolfpack goalie. Now they battle behind the net for it. Boyer with 2 players. Giorgio now back. Third Wolfpack player joins the fray. They clear up the boards. They're able to get to the neutral zone. Malachi Smith stops and reverses. He goes far side for Komodowski. Komodowski leads it to Boyer. Boyer chips it in, goes for a change. And Blues will get 4 fresh players on the ice as Rubis, Bauer, Bowers, and Crowley jump on the ice. Wolfpack push the puck towards the Blue zone. It bounces on Rubis. Rubis grabs it. He sends it back. That's going to go all the way down, and that will be no icing as the Wolfpack goaltender played it for some reason. And Blues got to be careful. They're trying to get a man behind the Blues D. Rubis holds it at the red line as the Blues were coming back out of the zone. He sends it back in as they clear. Good hold on the blue line by Rubis, and then Wolfpack player chips it around him. 2-on-1 back in. I'm sorry, that was Peterson on the pin. And 2-on-1 successful by the Wolfpack as they go up by a goal here with 6:38 left in the second period. So Wolfpack 1, Blues 0. Little bit of a pinch gone wrong as Peterson went down on the pinch, and Rubis had to try to defend that 2-on-1 as best he could. Kept the man to the outside. Got the pass over, and he was able to bury. Blues keep Peterson, Rubis on defense. Bugner, Harris, and Schneider will be the forward unit. Center ice faceoff after that Wolfpack goal. It is won by the Blues. Back to Peterson. Peterson goes to Rubis. Rubis goes to Schneider. Schneider tips it in. Now the Blues go in on the forecheck. Goalie controls it behind. He sends it up the board. That's going to come all the way out to the point to Rubis. Rubis steps around the man that's coming towards him. He takes it down deep, and he gets a puck to the front, tipped on net by Harris. That puck is going to be brought out. They go to the outside. Schneider covering defense, keeps him outside. They're going to push it towards the net. Scanapieko puts it behind. Schneider's going to pick it up in the corner. He goes forward to Fugner. Fugner chips it out to the neutral zone as he had 2 players on him. They bring it back in. Peterson grabs it. He goes hard off the board's opposite side. No Blues player there. Wolfpack bring it back in. That puck is pushed to the corner. Heads up, man open backside. Schneider goes to cover him. Puck's on the back net. Peterson grabs it. He goes up the boards. That's going to go all the way, and that will be an icing against the Blues. 5:45 remaining in the second period. Blues send out a full fresh 5 unit. They've got Brooks and Miniman will be the defensive pair. Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard coming out to play forward. Face-off won by the Wolfpack. They send to the point. They take a shot. Rebound sits in front. Another shot saved off the pad. Their pass back to the defenseman is off the mark. That's going to go all the way down into their own corner. Blanchard goes in on the forecheck. They're going to keep skating. They take it to their far corner. They reverse, hit their man's stick, bobbles. He stops, goes behind the net again. He sends it up the sideboards. Brooks pinches and hits his man. Blues got to get back as they have numbers coming the other way. And they get the shot on the 2-on-1. It's blocked by Scanapieko's chest protector. And then Spatansky, tries to clear off the glass, and it hits the netting. Blues send out a fresh forward unit. They have Giorgio, Zilm, and Boyer up front. Miniman and Brooks continue on defense. Face-off won by the Blues. Zilm skates it towards the dot. He drops it for Brooks. Brooks takes it back into the corner, goes behind the net, stops. He's going to skate it near side here. He goes off the boards, hits it to Zilm. Zilm chips it in, and Blues go in on the forecheck. Boyer first man to it, puts it in the corner for Giorgio. Giorgio tips it towards the point to Miniman. Miniman takes a hit but pushes it in deep. Boyer sends it behind the net to Zilm. Giorgio hits his man. Puck comes out to the point. Miniman gives it down to the sideboards to Giorgio. He reverses, goes far side for Brooks. Brooks skates the line, takes a shot. That's picked off. Zilm picks up the loose puck. He skates it to the corner. He goes to Boyer, who is all alone in the top of the slot, gets a one-timer off. Not a ton on it, and the goalie makes a save that it may have been bouncing as it got to his stick. Blues send out a fresh five-man unit. Smith, Komodowski on defense. Crowley, Bowers will be up front. Crowley's going to line up to take this offensive zone face off to the right of the goaltender. It is won by the Blues. Bauer tips it to Komodowski. Komodowski down the sideboards to Bowers. Bowers shot. That hits something, goes just wide. Smith pinches. He puts it back behind the net. Crowley battles with the man back there now. And Wolfpack come away with it. It's picked off by Bowers. Bowers goes out to the point to Komodowski. Komodowski back to Bowers. Bowers to Komodowski. He bobbles and heads up. That's picked up by Wolfpack, and they're going to bring it back in 3-on-2. They complete the first pass. They try to hit the other one, and it's just out of his reach. Bowers picks it up on the far boards. He's going to skate it forward, gives it to Bauer. Bauer brings it into the zone. He has it knocked off of his stick. Wolfpack go D-to-D on their dots. Now they hit their winger far side, and he's going to bring it into the blue zone with two players. Long shot towards the net. That goes wide. It's more of a pass. Next shot from the side of the goal line on net. Quick save by Scanapieko. Rebound to Bauer. He brings it all the way down into the Wolfpack zone. Makes a move around one. Has the puck deflected. And Wolfpack reclaim it. Now they're going to skate it out of their own zone. Blues start a line change. They're going to come far side here. They tip the puck. They send it in. It gets around Rubis. Komodowski back, pushes into the corner, hits his man, knocks him off the puck. Rubis picks it up. It's sitting there. Komodowski gets it from him behind the net. Komodowski hits Harris, and it bounces on him. And then he blocks the pass in, and Blues with numbers. Schneider tries to get it back to Harris. Does. Harris gets it shot. That goes just wide. Bugner picks up the loose puck, gives it to Harris. Harris battles in the corner. He reverses. Bugner grabs it behind the net from him. Tries to get to Schneider. Schneider shot on, and wow, what an amazing save by the goalie as it got under his pad and hit like the inside of his skate and just stopped in the crease, and he dropped his leg. Wow, what a save. Good pressure by the boys on this shift. Bugner, Schneider, Harris continue up front. Rubis and Peterson on defense. Bugner lines up to take this offensive zone draw. It is won by the Wolfpack. They chip it around Rubis. Peterson battles for it. They get there at the same time. It goes into the corner. Rubis goes to help him out. Blues got to watch the front of the net here. And Bugner picks up the loose puck as it hit a stick. He sends it forward to Harris. Harris tries to chip it off the boards, and it hits a glove on the Wolfpack bench. Blues send out a fresh forward unit. Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front. Rubis and Peterson will stay on defense. Defensive zone face-off to Scanapiako's left. It is won by Spatansky. Rubis has it in the corner, goes behind the net to a Wolfpack player. Blanchard comes away with it. Lead man to Wessel. Wessel to Rubis. Rubis brings it in. He tries going back over to Wessel. It's out of his reach. Wessel and a Wolfpack player fall in the zone. They're going to send it from the boards. Wessel gets it to Peterson, far point. Peterson goes to Rubis. It's rolling. Comes out of the zone. Peterson gets it back from Rubis. Rubis far side for Blanchard. Blanchard's going to bring it back into the zone. He gets hit up. And then he uses his skate to hold it in. Little chip pass by Spatansky. Gets around one man. Wolfpack pick it up next. And now Wolfpack, we're going to bring it in offsides. They stopped, gave it to Rubis. Rubis now brings it in. He's got Blanchard and Spatansky with him. The rest of the Blues going for a change. He goes far side to Spatansky. Spatansky chips it for Miniman. Miniman gives it back to Spatansky in the corner. He gives it out to the slot to Blanchard. Blanchard shot on. That stopped. Rebound sitting there. Wessel grabs it. He takes it to the corner. He goes out to the point to Rubis. Rubis circles. He goes back to Wessel. Wessel, long shot and glove save, and that's going to do it for that threat. So 1:14 left here in the second period. Blues send out a fresh 5-man unit. Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer up front with Brooks and Miniman on defense. Wolfpack lead this game 1-0. Scanapiaco has had a hell of a game. Many great saves. Blues win that draw. Brooks skates the line, takes a shot, blockered over the crossbar. Wolfpack pick it up. They reverse behind their own net. They're going to get it up to the sideboards. They send it forward. They try to go far man. It is picked off by Brooks. Brooks gives it to Zilm. Zilm up the boards for Boyer. Boyer tips it forward for Giorgio as he's taking a hit. Giorgio brings it in, takes it to the front, goes to the front of the net and hits something and goes away. Zilm stick checks the guy, takes the puck. Wolfpack come back away with it. They skated up the sideboards. They hit their man in the center, and Blues got to get back 4-on-2. They get it towards the center. It tips on net. Wow, what a tip by the forward as he was able to direct it just towards the net at the last minute. And a good heads-up save by Scanapiaco. Blues keep out the same unit with 34.1 seconds left here in the second period. Giorgio lines up to take this draw to Scanapiaco's right. It is won by the Blues. Giorgio puts it in deep for himself. He sends it up the far boards for Boyer. Boyer reverses back, dodges a hit. He takes it behind the net, picks up speed, and he's just going to go. Turns on the Jets, crosses the red line into the zone. He gets past two Wolfpack players, hits the last man, and he gets held up. Good stick by Zilm, breaks up that play. Miniman then picks up the pass. He gives it back to Zilm. Zilm brings it in. He gets around one man, gets around another shot. Glove save, knocked down and covered by the Wolfpack goaltender. Blues send out a fresh unit with 0.8 seconds left. Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers will be up front. Komodowski and Smith will be the defensive pair. Blues pull their goalie for this less than a second of hockey. And face-off is pushed to where no players were, and that's going to do it for the second period. We'll be back for the third period here shortly in about a minute, and we'll see you then. And we are ready to get the third period underway. Blues send out the Crowley-Bauer-Bowers line to continue their 1 second shift from the end of the second period. Komodowski and Smith will be on defense to get this third period started. Blues fan club is getting restless. I think they would like to see a Blues goal here. Crowley lines up to take the draw. Center ice. Wolfpack player eats it on the other side. Blues tie up the face-off. Bowers pushes it forward. Wolfpack intercept. They send it back out. Bowers picks that up. He goes down the corner for Bauer, goes back up the boards for Komodowski. He takes a long shot, tipped on net by Crowley, goes just high, not on net, sorry. Bowers picks up the loose puck, he sends it behind the net. Wolfpack grab it, they send it out, kicked in by Komodowski, finally able to clear. Bauer lifts the stick, gets it to Bowers. Bowers, around one, takes it far side, he chips it around another one. He collides with the goalie on the bench, and they're going to send it far side. Komodowski puts it in deep for Bowers. He tips it for Bowers, and Wolfpack come away with it. They whiff on their pass. Bowers hits him, or Bauer hit him. Good hold at the line by Smith. It finally clears, and Bauer, who's backing him up, sends it to Komodowski. It bounced over his stick, and Komodowski's got to hurry up now. He skates it behind his net with the man on him, reverses for Smith. There's another man there for the Wolfpack. I keep wanting to say Wolfpack. And that's going to be a penalty against Malachi Smith, I believe. Wow, that's a ticky-tacky call there. Wow. Blues send out Spatansky and Wessel up front to kill. Brooks and Peterson will be the defensive unit. Spatansky wins the draw to Rubis. Rubis hits it up off the glass. That gets blocked down by a body. Goes out to the point. They go D to D. They send it down into the corner. Peterson all over him. They put it behind the net. They go back to the sideboards, far side. Good stick by Peterson, breaks that up. Wessel comes away with it, and 2-on-1 for the Blues as they bring it into the Wolfpack zone. Drops it for Peterson. Oh, and it goes right through his legs and heads up. They've got numbers coming the other way now. Peterson's going to have to get back and keep this from being a 2-on-1. Great play by Rubis, breaks up the semi-break. Then he shakes off a hit, holds it in the corner. Wessel comes to help him out. Rubis gets knocked down. No call there. Refs are letting it go a little more one way than the other here. Comes out to the point. Wessel keeps him honest. They're going to put it behind the Blues net. They miss it. Goes into the corner. They reverse it. Goes right to the stick of Rubis. It's going to go all the way down. That, pretty sure hit a Blues glove. That's a make-up, no whistle there. Canty and Wessel bring it in 2-on-2. Shot. That hits the skate and goes into the corner. Wessel gets his there first. He holds it. He knocks down two Wolfpack players. And Wessel gets absolutely annihilated in the corner. I don't think you can see it. And Wolfpack letting some frustration out here, as that should be at minimum 2-10. He absolutely leveled him head first into the boards and then punched him several times. Yep, he got tossed. So 4 goes. So one player, I believe, is tossed. He's threw the ejection out. I don't know who it was. Wessel is down and hurt. Well, he signaled an ejection, but nobody's getting off the ice. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back after they figure this out. Okay, and so I guess they got that settled. Wessel goes to the box for some sort of coincidental penalty. Number 4 gets a game misconduct for whatever he did. And we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for 47 seconds, and then the Blues will have about a 4-minute and 1 second major power play where they can score as many as they can without it coming down. Spatansky brings it to the inside. Boyer knocks it down with his chest. It goes on net, and the goaltender is going to hang on to that. 32 seconds left in the Malachi Smith minor penalty.
Gotta get shots on.
Offensive zone faceoff comes to the right of the Wolfpack goaltender. Spatansky lines up to take it. It is won by the Wolfpack. They bring it up their own sideboards. They hit the man far side. He skates it across the red line. He's going to put it in deep. That hits right behind the Blues net. Brooks grabs it, sends it up to Spatansky. Spatansky gives it to Boyer. Boyer with speed puts it in, and then he tries to go for the puck. He gets interfered with. It goes far corner. He absolutely levels a man. And, wow, that's a weak penalty. Hit him as he was passing. And that is, that's weak. That's a weak, weak call. As the man was passing the puck, he put his shoulder right into his chest. Wow. He gets a rough, so Boyer goes to the box for rough, so we've now got a party in the penalty box. We've got Wessel serving a coincidental. We've got Malachi Smith with 8 seconds left on his minor. And now Boyer goes to the box for roughing. And that's weak. That is a weak call. Wow. And they're talking about something again, so we'll be back when they get this situated. And it will be a 2-minute minor for Boyer. Blues will be 4-on-3 for 8 seconds. That faceoff is one to the corner. Wolfpack pick it up. They go far side. Blues have Peterson, Giorgio, Rubis up front. They are now joined by Crowley. Long shot. That goes wide. Blues back to 4-on-4. And they send a puck towards the net. That is patted aside by Scanapieko. He gives it to Peterson. Peterson goes up the sideboards for Rubis. Rubis skates around a man, brings it out far side. He reverses. He goes far side for Peterson. Peterson brings it in. He puts it on net. That is gloved by the goaltender, and they're going to hold on to it. So Blues will have an offensive zone face-off to the right of the Wolfpack goaltender. They're going to keep Crowley and Giorgio up front with Rubis and Peterson on defense. Giorgio lines up to take it. It is won by the Wolfpack. They take it behind their own net. They go into the corner. They chip it forward, and they're going to bring it into the neutral zone. Giorgio hard on the back check. Catches him, hits his man. It goes behind the Blues net. Peterson beats his man to it. He chips it around him, gives it to Rubis, and the Blues are going to bring it out now. They give it to Peterson. He's going to skate it near side up the boards. Chips it for Crowley. Crowley brings it in. He drops it for Rubis. Rubis gets hit. Wolfpack come away with it, and Blues got to get back now as Wolfpack grabs it. They're just going to throw it in deep around. Nobody from the Blues going for the puck there. Wolfpack just gets it, throws it behind the Blues net, reversed by Peterson to Rubis. Rubis stops in the corner. He's going to go up the sideboards, far side for Crowley. Crowley puts it in. Blues go for a full four-man change. Schneider and Fugner up front. Komodowski and Malachi Smith. Komodowski picks up pass, tries to get to the front, has it bobble. Blues got to get back now as they flip it to the neutral zone. Malachi Smith grabs it. He sends it to Fugner. Fugner's going to bring it in. Fugner takes it to the corner. He sends it back to Komodowski. Komodowski over to Smith. Smith back to Komodowski. Shot. That goes off a deflection high. Schneider gets it, sends it to Fugner. Fugner shot, hits a pad. He tries to get his own rebound. Schneider pinches in to grab it. Wolfpack grab it. They try to clear. It's kept in at the point by Komodowski. He makes a move. He puts it in deep. Schneider's going to go chase that into the far corner. He brings it back, gives it to Smith. Smith steps up, puts it back for Harris. Harris brings it. He tries to hit Schneider. Komodowski stand there. Komodowski's shot goes high. It's going to go all the way around far side. Smith grabs it. He goes down to the sideboards to Harris. Harris shakes off a hit, holds the puck. Fugner helps him now. He chips it back to Smith. Smith on the blue line. He steps, takes a shot. That's on net. Pad safe far side. Comes to Komodowski. He pinches all the way down to the corner, and he's going to put it back behind for Fugner. Fugner reverses. He skates it out. He tries to get to Schneider. That's picked off, and they are finally able to clear, and that is offsides against the Blues. Good pressure on that beginning of the power play. Just couldn't get the puck in. Couple good opportunities, though. Blues send out the Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard line up front with Brooks and Miniman on defense. There'll be a neutral zone face-off as Komodowski made a great effort, or one of the Blues defensemen, might have been Smith, made a great effort to hold the line there, and it was unsuccessful. Wessel gets the face-off win from Spatansky. He drops it for Brooks. Brooks circles behind his own blue line. He's going to circle again. Miniman had blown a tire, so he had to hold up. He's going to bring it into the neutral zone. He reverses as he was about to take a hit. He goes to his partner, Miniman. Miniman crosses the red line. He puts it in hard. It's settled into the corner, and it comes up to the sideboard. Spatansky gets it. He goes out to Brooks. Brooks, far side for Wessel. Wessel to Miniman. Back to Wessel. Wessel to the circle. He goes far side for Brooks. Brooks shot. That's on net. Gloved aside by a player. Miniman, a good pinch, holds it in with his skate, goes right to Wessel. Wessel makes a move. He goes to Blanchard. Blanchard circles in the corner. He's got space. He's looking for somebody. He goes to Wessel. It's knocked off of his stick. Goes to Miniman. He settles, sends it to Brooks. Brooks is passed across, hits something. Wolfpack grab it. Another hold by Miniman. He puts it far corner. They're going to grab it again. They go hard up the boards, and they're finally able to chip it out. That's going to go all the way down, but not far enough for icing, as Miniman's going to have to pick this up. He goes quick up to Wessel. Wessel has a bounce on him, back to Miniman. Miniman comes far side now, and he's going to skate it in and then just put it deep. Wessel and Spatansky converge behind the net. Wessel blocks it down with his body. It comes all the way out to the point. Miniman's there for it. He holds the line. Long shot. Tips it. It goes in. Blanchard from Miniman. Is Blanchard got a tip on that? So they're going to say Miniman, but it was deflected in front. And that's tying goal. 8 seconds left on that penalty. So Blues tied the game here with 9:50 left in the third. Looks like they're saying goal for Miniman. Blues send out Giorgio, Boyer, and Zilm up front. Peterson, Rubis, the defensive pair. Blues win the draw. They go D to D in their own zone. Rubis skates it across the red line. Wolfpack back to full strength. And tricky shot through traffic by Rubis at the point, gets through, blocker to the corner, and here comes Wolfpack back through the neutral zone. They make a long pass stretch. They get around Rubis, and they've got a lane. Oh, man. Wow, what a good back check. Broken up. Boyer gets the loose puck. He lead mans it for Zilm. Zilm brings it into the zone. He drops it for Boyer. Boyer's shot. Ooh, good shot on net. Better save. So Blues showing some life here as they come out of that power play. Nice drop pass by Zilm. Really good shot by Boyer. Tried to go 5-hole as he didn't have much of an angle and almost got it, but the goalie was able to slide in and grab it. Blues send out Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers up front. Komodowski and Smith on defense. It is won by Wolfpack. They take it behind the net. They reverse to the corner. They send it out to the point. Good pinch by Komodowski. He puts it back in deep far corner. Crowley gets in on the forecheck. They send it up to the zone. It is almost held in by Smith. He has to reverse back out. Komodowski gets it from him. He skates it into the zone. Top of the circle. He takes a shot that hits a shin pad and heads up. They come back to the neutral zone, and they get around the last Blues defender. Crowley back now, pushes him to the corner, and they both go down. And Smith hits his man. They get it out to the side. Shot on. Rebound in front. Picked up by Bauer. His attempt is unsuccessful to clear the zone. Crowley hits his man. Wolfpack comes away with it. Shot. Hits something on Scanapieko and hits the netting behind the glass. 8:27 left in the third. All new game as we're tied 1-1 after that Miniman goal. Blues send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Miniman and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Fugner lines up to take this draw. He ties it up. Wolfpack grab it. Quick shot. Good shoulder save by Scanapieko again. Rebound goes right to Harris. He reverses to Miniman in the corner. Blues now with the lane. Miniman goes far side. He hits Harris. Harris is going to skate it, brings it in, drops it for Fugner. Fugner shot. That goes just wide. Miniman's going to pinch far side, holds it on the boards. And now they're going to flip it out of the zone. Fugner tries to hit his man. It comes to Brooks, and he gives it to Miniman. Miniman back to Brooks, and here come the Blues again as he leads it for Harris. Harris tips it around, comes back out to Brooks. Brooks fights for it, and heads up, 2-on-1 back into the Blue zone. Schneider hustling to get back. He gets back just in time, and they miss the pass anyways. Harris gets it on the sideboards. He brings it out of the zone. He's going to skate it. He brings it across the blue line. He looks for somebody, reverses. Blues defense changing. They're now on the ice. They send it around. Brooks holds it behind the net. He gives it back to Harris. Harris saws pass to Peterson. Peterson shot. That is wide of the net. Harris picks it up in the corner again. He's going to battle for it. And it's still there. Blanchard goes in to help him. They send it up the boards. Good hold by Peterson paying attention. Then finally they're able to clear it. And that goes all the way down into the blue zone where Wessel just getting on the ice picks it up. Wessel skates it, drops it for Peterson. Peterson goes up the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard's pass across picked off, and that was offside. So 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Tie game 1-1. Offsides against Wolfpack will cause a neutral zone face-off across from the Blues bench. Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard are up front. Peterson, Rubis, the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Wolfpack. They send it across the red line to their other defense. He crosses, puts it in deep. It's settled behind the net by Scanapieko for Peterson. Peterson reverses up the boards, and that's picked off by a Wolfpack. They try to put it in front. Luckily, that passed off the mark, but they do get it to the point. Shot blocked by Wessel. Next shot blocked by Spatansky. Peterson has it knocked off of his stick. They put it back in. Wessel says, nope. Throws it right back. They take a shot from behind the net. I think it hit the head. That's going to come out of the zone, and Blanchard's going to go in on the forecheck, and he hits his man in the corner. Wessel now on the forecheck. Spatansky on the forecheck. Spatansky wins it, sends it across far side for Rubis. Rubis shot. That goes high and hits the netting as Rubis had a great lane for a shot there as he was coming into the zone late, and all the Wolfpack players had collapsed around their net.
We need one, boys. Let's go.
Blues send out Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer up front with Smith and Komodowski on defense. 6:16 left here in this tie game. Giorgio wins the draw back to Smith. Smith steps up, shot. That gets through but goes wide. Komodowski picks it up on the sideboards. He reverses, puts it down into the corner deeper, and puck gets loose, comes back out to Komodowski. Komodowski, he's going to take it far side. He drops it for Boyer. Boyer has it bobble on his stick, and so he has to battle now for it. Giorgio retreats back, and they're able to clear. That's going to go all the way down, and that will, no reason that shouldn't be icing, but they called it icing. Komodowski picks it up. He goes up to Giorgio. Giorgio has it bounce on him, takes it right back. Blues have a 2-on-2 coming back into the Wolfpack zone. Giorgio goes towards the center, deflects it up, tries to pass it to himself. They pick it up. It is stopped, can't be held by Smith. Smith reverses to Komodowski. Komodowski circles. He has got two men all over him. Good play to get it to Giorgio. He's going to go. And Blues now are going to come back into the zone. 3-on-3. Giorgio takes it to the corner. He goes out to Smith. Smith right back into the corner deep, hits the ref skate, goes right to a Wolfpack player, and they're going to send it all the way out. Glove down by Smith. He goes far side. It hits somebody, goes right to Zilm. Zilm tries to put it to Crowley. It's picked off. Crowley comes away with it. He pushed it forward for Zilm. Oh, man, almost had it, and looked like that had come out of the zone, but no call. And now Crowley and Zilm battle for it. Malachi Smith pushes it forward as it leaks out, and Blues come away with it. Here comes Crowley. He gets it knocked off of his stick. Komodowski pinches at the point, takes it down the sideboards, tries to get to the front, nobody home. It goes all the way out to Brooks, who's fresh on the edge. Brooks shoots, gets through, and the goalie gobbles it up with his chest protector, and it falls into his glove. Nice heads-up shot by Brooks, as he had just gotten on the ice there. Blues complete the line change. Bauer and Miniman on defense. Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers up front. 4:34 left here in the third period. Face-off is won by the Blues. Bowers gets it, grabs a shot, goes just wide, goes into the corner. Wolfpack get it. They reverse behind their own net. Now they put it farther into the corner. They're going to throw it up the glass. Glove down by Miniman. He tries to put it back in deep. That's blocked. The puck comes out. It comes to Crowley. He takes a one-timer on a rolling puck. That goes just wide. Comes back out to the point. Brooks settles, gets it to Bowers. Bowers tries to get it to Crowley. Back out to Brooks now. Back to Bowers. Bowers shot. He rolls or something on him. Can't get enough on it. And they're going to bring it back out to the neutral zone. Crowley tries to settle that with a man on him. And Bauer comes to help him out. Puck is loose. Wolfpack grab it. They throw it far side. Nobody home for them as Brooks picks it up. He gets around one, has it knocked off of his stick. And now their player's going to bring it in. He tries to reverse. Miniman hits him. And now they're going to battle in the corner for it. Blues in the process of a line change as Bugner gets onto the ice as Crowley had retreated. And they bring it out. That goes off the glass. That's going to go all the way down. That was easily playable by the defenseman. No call on icing. And so they call the icing. Blues finish the line change. Bugner is joined by his wingers, Schneider and Harris. Rubis and Peterson will be the defensive pair. Bugner lines up to take this face off to Scanapiaco's left. It is won by the Blues to the corner to Rubis. Rubis takes it behind. He chips it for Peterson behind the net. They go far side. They hit Harris. It hits off of his skate. That's going to go all the way down for icing. So we'll do it again from the defensive zone, this time to the right of Scanapiaco. I think the Blues will try the same play here. Bugner wants to pull this to the corner for Peterson. Face-off is won by the Blues, comes out to Harris. Harris and Schneider now break through the neutral zone. And Harris gets to the outside. He drops for Rubis. Rubis with room. Shot by Rubis! Rubis from Harris. Put the Blues up by a goal late here in the third period. What a great pass by Harris. What an amazing finish by Rubis. The Blues 2, Wolfpack 1 with 3:02 left here in the third period. Blues want to do that again. They keep the same 5 unit on. It is one back. It goes through Peterson's legs. That's going to go all the way down to the boards. Peterson goes behind the net to Rubis. Rubis has it bounce on him. Schneider battles 2 men there. He keeps pushing forward. He has Fugner in to help him. Puck's loose. It comes out. Fugner grabs it. Fugner goes to Harris. Harris chips it around 1. It goes right to the defenseman. Fugner lets it go for Peterson. Peterson pushes it forward. Fugner picks it up. He hits it, and it hits off a Wolfpack player and goes into the rafters. Matt Spatansky said that one went into outer space. Had there not been a roof, it would have gone up. Blues win the draw. Schneider passed it back to Peterson. Peterson to Rubis. Rubis skates it across the red line. He tries to dump. It rolls on him. Gets control of it. He puts it behind. Wolfpack goalie tries to put it into the corner. He misses. Harris battles with Fugner on the sideboards as 2 Wolfpack players are there. Fugner pushes it into the corner. He battles another man. He's still battling. Harris comes in to help him out. Puck is floating. They're going to push it to the sideboards. Fugner beats him to it. He now battles 2 more players, knocks one down, sends it far side. Wolfpack come away with it. They go far side, and they're going to bring it through the neutral zone. They flip it up. That is gloved aside by Rubis. Rubis tips it forward for Schneider. Schneider tips it forward for Fugner, and here comes Fugner. Gives it to Harris again. Oh, Harris gets around one shot. Oh, it gets on, and what a good save. So 3 good passes by the forward unit there to keep the forward momentum going. Ended with a Harris shot, and he's going to hold on to it as the goalie was done with that shot. Blues send out Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front with Komodowski and Smith on defense. Spatansky takes this face off to the Wolfpack goaltender's right. And it is put into the far corner by the Wolfpack. They try to go up the gut. They miss that pass. It's going to go all the way down in what should be icing, and it's not going to get far enough, so Malachi Smith has to win the race. He goes up the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard takes a hit, and it's going to go all the way out to the point. Nobody there for the Blues, but it's picked off by Wessel, and he brings it now back through the neutral zone. He gets around one man, takes it to the sideboards. He's going to hold the puck there for a moment. It comes out to Komodowski. Komodowski pinches, gets around one man. He gets taken down. He puts it, right through the slot from his knees. No Blues home, and then they clear it. Good glove block by Malachi Smith, and he throws it right back on net. Blues start a line change here with 57 seconds left. Komodowski catches the outlet pass. He throws it back in deep as a sliding Wessel was just able to get over the blue line. Wolfpack bring it through the neutral zone. Wessel hits him. Zilm takes the puck away. He puts it back in deep. Wolfpack can't get out of their zone to get their goalie out of the net. I'm sure they're trying. Wolfpack tic-tac-toe pass picked off by Boyers. Giorgio gets it, shot on, rebound in front, and Zilm gets absolutely leveled. And Wolfpack letting a little more frustration out here with less than 30 seconds left in the game, as Blues player didn't even touch their goalie and just kind of skating by, and they wanted to give them a poke for it. So 28.9 seconds left. Wolfpack call a timeout. And so we'll be back for the conclusion of this game here in just a moment. And that'll do it for the Wolfpack's timeout. Blues keep the same 5-man unit. Zilm gets it off the win. He sends it to Miniman. Miniman shot. That gets on. Stick to the corner. Wolfpack grab it. Their exit is picked off by Giorgio. Giorgio puts it in deep. It's picked off again. Good stick by Zilm. And here comes the Wolfpack goalie as they try to clear. And good stick by Boyer. Breaks that up 2-on-1. Blues coming back in. Boyer takes it to the outside. He goes to Giorgio. Wide open shot. Wow, what a block by that defenseman. That is incredible. So your Blues beat the Wolfpack 2-1 here at the Northtown Center in Game 3 of this showcase. Blues are celebrating with the 2009 and 2010 Blues on the boards, if you can see it there. But that is going to do it for today. We will be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 to play, I believe, the number 13 Oakland Grizzlies, who have had a good showcase. They, I know one game we watched, they tied Bishop Kearney 3-3. So we'll have that great matchup tomorrow at 8:15. Until then, we'll see you.